Right then, settle in, get comfy. Let's just pretend for a moment, you and I, that we found the world's quietest, most gentle little aircraft. It's not about speed today, not at all. It's about just floating. We're going for a bit of a wander, but in the sky. Our destination is a place that sounds like it's straight out of a storybook, Zanzibar, specifically the main hub, Zanzibar town, perched right on the edge of the island of Unguja in Tanzania. It's a place where the air itself seems to hum with history and the scent of spices, even from a few hundred feet up. It's got that special something, you know? A real vibe. Imagine we're just lifting off the ground now. No big dramatic roar of an engine. More like a gentle whoosh, like a sigh of relief. As we climb, ever so gently, the first thing that really grabs you is the water. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's not just one color of blue, it's every blue you could ever imagine, all swirled together in one massive, gorgeous canvas. There are patches of deep royal navy where the water is mysterious and profound. Then, closer to the shore, it shifts into a brilliant, almost electric turquoise that looks so clear you feel like you could reach down and touch the sandy bottom. You can see the gentle rhythm of the ocean from up here. The waves aren't crashing violently. They're rolling in with a slow, hypnotic grace. Little lines of white foam appear as they get closer to the shore, like someone is slowly drawing on the surface of the sea with a piece of chalk. They dissolve onto the beaches, which are these perfect strips of pale, almost white sand. It's the classic tropical island dream, laid out right beneath us. The light is doing incredible things too. The African sun is hitting the surface of the water and shattering into a million tiny, glittering diamonds. You can trace the faint, shadowy outlines of the coral reefs just below the surface. These intricate, sprawling gardens of the sea that are home to a whole world we can't even see. Now let's follow the edge of the island. We're drifting along the coastline, watching it curve and bend in the most beautiful, natural way. Little coves and bays appear, tucked away and secret, their own private little pockets of paradise with beaches that look like they've never seen a footprint. The sand is so fine and white it looks like powdered sugar spilled along the edge of a great blue cake. The contrast between that and the lush green vegetation just behind it is just magnificent. The green is something else. It's not just grass. It's a thick, tangled jungle of palm trees, mangroves, and all sorts of tropical plants I couldn't even begin to name. The palm trees lean out over the water, as if they're trying to get a better look at their own reflection. You can almost feel the humidity and hear the buzz of insects, the whole symphony of life that's happening down there in the cool shade of the leaves. Here and there, the perfect coastline is dotted with little signs of life. A small rustic fishing village might appear, with a handful of simple huts nestled amongst the trees. You can see the narrow tracks leading from the homes down to the water's edge, where a few colorful wooden boats are pulled up onto the sand, resting after a night's work. These little interruptions don't spoil the view, they add to it. They tell a story of a life that is completely intertwined with the sea, a relationship built on respect and reliance. Alright, here we go. We're starting to drift over the main event now, Stone Town. And from up here, it's like looking down at a living, breathing history book. The first thing you notice is that it's not a city built on a grid, not even close. It's a magnificent, beautiful mess. A labyrinth of narrow, winding alleyways and streets that twist and turn like tangled threads. It looks like someone just dropped a handful of buildings from the sky and then drew paths to connect them all. It's organic, chaotic, and absolutely captivating to look at from this angle. You can see how the town has grown over centuries, with different layers of history pressed right up against each other. There are no wide, straight boulevards here. Instead, the buildings are packed in so tightly that in some places their roofs almost seem to touch. The name Stone Town makes perfect sense from up here. The dominant color is the weathered gray and beige of the coral stone that most of the old buildings are made from. You can spot some of the famous landmarks, like the old fort with its sturdy, imposing walls, and the House of Wonders with its grand verandas, standing proudly near the waterfront. This aerial perspective gives you a unique understanding of the town's layout and its relationship with the sea. You can see how it was built as a port, a gateway between Africa and the rest of the world. Let's zoom in a little bit, get a closer look at the rooftops. It's like a patchwork quilt up here. Most of the roofs are made of corrugated iron, now rusted to a beautiful earthy palette of reds, oranges, and browns. They're dotted with the occasional modern, flat concrete roof, or the more traditional terracotta tiles. Each roof tells its own little story of age and weather. Some are neat and tidy, others are a bit higgledy-piggledy, with patches and repairs. It's a beautiful textured surface that covers the whole town, shimmering in the sunlight. But the best part, the real secret you only get to see from the sky, is what's hidden between these rooftops. Peeking out from between the buildings are these incredible hidden courtyards. They are little pockets of green and tranquility, completely invisible from the narrow streets below. You see lush treetops from mango or frangipani trees, providing shade in these private, open-air rooms. You can just imagine families gathering there, away from the hustle and bustle of the town, in their own little secret gardens. It's a glimpse into the private life of the city. You also spot the little details that make up daily life. A colorful line of washing strung between two buildings, flapping like prayer flags in the breeze. A collection of water tanks on a rooftop, essential for life in the town. Sometimes you might even see a satellite dish, a little circle of modern technology sitting right on top of a building that's hundreds of years old. It's this mix of old and new, public and private, that makes the view so fascinating. It's not a sterile museum, it's a vibrant living place. Now, if you look really closely, you can start to see the people. From this height, they're like little ants, purposefully moving through the maze of streets below. You can't make out their faces, of course, but you can see the rhythm of their movements. You see the flow of the crowds in the main market area, a swirling eddy of human activity. You can trace the main arteries of the town, not by the width of the roads, but by the density of the people. Some alleyways are quiet, with only one or two figures strolling along. You watch as a group of kids, probably no bigger than tiny specks, chase a ball in a small open square. You see the bright colors of the women's kanga fabrics, splashes of red, yellow, and blue moving through the more muted tones of the stone buildings. Near the waterfront, the activity changes. You see people gathering at Forodani Gardens, setting up the food stalls for the evening market. Even from here, you can almost smell the sizzling seafood and the sweet sugarcane juice. You see fishermen mending their nets on the sand, their movements slow and practiced, a ritual passed down through generations. You see people just sitting on the sea wall, looking out at the ocean, taking a quiet moment in their day. Each tiny figure is living their own story, and we get to see them all intersect for a moment. Seeing it all from above gives you a strange and beautiful sense of detachment, but also connection. You see how everyone is part of this larger organism, this living city. It's not just a collection of individuals, it's a community, a complex dance of people living their lives side by side. It's a powerful reminder that even in a place so steeped in history, it's the people who bring it to life every single day. Let's drift back out over the water for a moment and look at the boats. Dotted all along the harbor and coast are the traditional dhows, and they are just magnificent. From our aerial perch, they look like elegant wooden sculptures resting on a perfect sheet of blue glass. Their distinctive lateen sails, when they're up, are these huge, graceful triangles of white canvas against the sky. But even when they're moored with their sails down, they have a certain nobility about them. They are the symbols of Zanzibar's maritime soul. You can see dozens of them scattered across the water. Some are anchored just offshore, bobbing gently with the tide. Others are pulled right up onto the beach, leaning on their sides as if they're having a little nap in the sun. You can see the incredible craftsmanship even from a distance. The curved wooden hulls that have been perfected over centuries to slice through these very waters. They aren't sleek modern speedboats. They are works of art, each one built by hand with skill and patience. They look ancient and timeless. As we watch, a couple of them are heading out to sea. They move with a silent, effortless grace. There's no noisy engine, just the power of the wind filling that big, beautiful sail. They glide across the water, leaving a gentle V-shaped wake behind them that slowly fades back into the flat surface of the ocean. It's a sight that probably hasn't changed for 1,000 years. Seeing the dhows from above really puts them in context. They are the link between the stone town and the vast ocean. They are the vessels that brought the traders, the cultures, and the wealth that built this incredible place. One of the most amazing things you can see from up here is how different cultures are literally built into the landscape of the town. From the air, the architectural story becomes crystal clear. You can see the solid, simple shapes of the early Swahili buildings made from coral rag and mangrove poles. They form the foundation, the very bones of the town. Then woven into that foundation, you can see the clear influence of the Arab traders. You spot the grander houses with their iconic internal courtyards, designed for privacy and to catch the cooling breezes. Floating over the town, you can also pick out the European additions, particularly from the British colonial era. The House of Wonders, for example, with its wide verandas and cast-iron columns, stands out distinctly from the surrounding buildings. From our peaceful spot in the sky, it's not a clash of styles. It's a beautiful fusion. It's a tapestry where African, Arab, Indian, and European threads have been woven together over centuries to create a unique and stunning pattern. You can see how each culture left its mark, not by erasing what came before, but by adding to it. The result is this incredibly rich and diverse architectural landscape. Well, it looks like our little joyride is coming to an end. We're starting our slow, gentle descent, spiraling back towards the earth. The details of the town get a little clearer now. You get one last sweeping look at the maze of Stone Town, the curve of the coastline, and the dhows resting peacefully in the harbor. It's like watching a beautiful movie in reverse. The feeling that stays with you is one of profound peace. Up there, floating above it all, the world seemed to slow down. The complexities of life faded away, and all that was left was the simple, stunning beauty of the view. Even as we land, that sense of wonder remains. Zanzibar town is more than just a place on a map. It's a feeling. It's the gentle rhythm of the waves, the texture of ancient stone, the vibrant pulse of life in the streets, and the peaceful glide of a dhow on the water. Seeing it all from the sky connects all those dots, showing you how it all fits together in perfect, chaotic harmony. It's a special place, a true gem. And from up there in the quiet of the sky, you can really truly see it shine. What a ride.